My name's Heidi Anderton, and today I'm going to do a short pet trim on this poodle called Trixie. Trixie comes to us and, as you can see, usually has a really short lamb trim, but today is probably one of the hottest days of the year, and we're going to take her down into a more comfortable Miami trim. Now this trim's got lots of different names. It's got Miami trim, clown trim, kennel trim, and probably lots of others as well. So basically what the cut is that we're going to shave all the body with the 7F, shave the feet into poodle feet, and we're going to leave a pom on her head, her ears long, a pom on the tail, and then a pom on the bottom of each leg. And it's quite a nice trim, a very low maintenance haircut for people with poodles. We're going to do a nice raised top knot so that the collar's going to be really visible on the neck, and it's not going to be getting in the hair and getting caught up in all the hair. And it's really just a really nice, short, maintainable, easy to look after haircut for the customers, and nice and comfortable for the dog, but it's still a poodle trim, so that's what the owners really like about it. So first of all, I'm going to start by shaving her feet, her face, and all around her genital area. And hopefully she's going to be a good girl. Sit down, sit, you can sit then, sit, good girl. So I'm going to do her feet on a 30 blade. And first of all, what I'm going to do is lift all the hair back and find my trimming line, which is just going to be above the wrist on her. So first I find the line that I want to cut, and I follow that all the way around her foot. Trixie, stay. Then now I've got my line set in here, so I know how high I'm actually going to go on the foot. I can then come to the feet, split the toes apart, and just gently run down the nail, and then scoop out between the toes. Trixie. Trixie, stay, good girl. So I'm going to knock it down to a 40 because she's not sitting very well. It takes the hair off a lot quicker. And plus you don't really have to put any kind of pressure or anything onto the trimmer. She can hold a 40 on a trimmer on her feet because her hair's quite nice and thick. You're probably not going to want to get this foot in. Oh. Trixie, stop, stop. Sometimes if poodles don't like their feet doing a lot, then what we do is we find a haircut that actually incorporates the feet into the leg, and that way we don't have to shave the poodle feet. And that's a really good one for people's dogs that really hate to have their feet shaved. Then we just find an alternative haircut. I just hold the foot at the wrist, the whole foot opens out, so I can scoop out between all the toes there. And we want to make all the hair nice and short around the feet and take all that hair off there, so we've got a nice clean foot at the end. So again with this one, pull all the hair up in your hand, find your line that you're going to be cutting, go all the way around the foot. So I know where my line is, and then it's easier then for me to clip up to that line. Just scoop in between the toes and take as much of that hair out as we can. I find the trimmers are a lot easier to use on the feet than a clipper. They're much smaller and easier to manoeuvre around the intricate parts of the toes. So we've got a nice clean foot there. And now again, if you just hold the foot out, the foot drops open, so we can just scoop out between the pads inside. And then when we want to get to the middle of the toe here, we can see there's a little flap of skin in there. So what I do is just pull the two toes out to the side so that we can get the middle bit safely without cutting the bit of skin that's in the middle there. Right, so we've got a nice clean poodle foot now. And repeat on the other side. Right, so on the face I'm going to use a 30 blade because she'll be able to take the 30 blade on the trimmer on her face, and it's really hot as well, so nice things that we can go really short with poodles. So again, our trimming lines are going to be from the eye to the corner of the ear. So first of all, we can make our line again if we wanted to around the ear there, so that I know where I'm coming to. So again, I can make my line, find where Adam's apple is, and she's got a long neck anyway, so we can go a little bit lower on her. So I can find where my line is, and then I go up against the hair. With poodles, we always trim against the grain, because their face has got all little bone structure in it. If we go with the hair, you always get little bits of hair left, but if we go against, you get a really nice even cut. And so we want to get right into her lips there with the edge of the blade to make sure that all this is nice and clean. And then I'm going to take the trimmer underneath her eye as well. And what I do is just hold the skin down there so I can come right up to the edge of her eye safely. Make sure we get all around the lips and the nose and get all these little bits of hair off there. And all these bits of hair that are hanging out underneath, they've all got to come off as well. So I can pull all those out my finger and make sure that all those little hairs are off. And just pull the lips forward a little bit, and you see you've got a little bit of hair at the front there, and then we can take that off from the front, so we've got a nice clean mouth. Stay. The trimmers are, I find, so much nicer to use on the face because they're a lot less vibration than a clipper, and also they're not so heavy as well, so they're not so heavy against the dog itself. So they become a lot more acceptable of using the trimmer than we do a pair of clippers on the face. And if you have a dog that doesn't like clippers on its face, they're usually happy to have the trimmer rather than the clipper. And repeat on the other side. Now I'm going to clip her genital area with a 10 blade on my trimmers. So I gently lift her leg up and support the weight. And I'm just going to lightly trim out any hair from underneath. Now what I'm going to do is just clip the bottom part of her tail here with a 10 blade as well. So we're just going to clip 1/3 of the tail. And the great thing about this haircut too is that you can get loads of the hair off before you bath. Right, so I'm going to start right at the top of her neck here with a 7F blade. Lift up her ear, and all the hair that's under her ear, that can all come off as well, so we don't need that. I'm going to take all the shoulder out as well. Follow that, pull the skin taut behind what you're clipping. And clip all the hair off down the back. All off the rib cage. She's just been spayed, so she's really short underneath, so we've just got to be a little mindful of that, and her nipples as well. All the way down the back, straight off of the tail. Clip all the loin out. And we're going to clip all off the back legs. And I'm going to stop just above her hock here. So if I put my fingers in there, I know where I've got to stop. And I can now continue that all the way around the inside of the leg as well. Now what I can do on the inside of the leg is just reverse clip up the inside. If I reverse clip up the inside, it's going to make the inside nice and tight there. And really, it just means that we don't really need to be re-clipping it again after she's been bathed. That's enough hair left for that. And if we go back to the front, I'm going to clip all down her throat and chest, straight between her front legs. And then what I'm going to keep the pom just above her knee there. So if I put my hands in just above where I want to leave the hair, I can pull her leg forward and shave all the hair down to my hand. And continue underneath the chest. All this hair comes off, straight. Make sure under the arms are nice and clear. She's a little matted on her poms there, so we want to make sure that we don't go too low at the beginning. But this is going to be a nice short Miami cut. And that's that side done, ready for the bath. This makes for a really nice quick groom if they're not brushing their dog. We can see how knotty the dog is, so she's not been regularly brushed and groomed. So this cut is going to be a lot less maintenance work for the owner and a lot cooler for the dog as well in the hot weather. Make sure when you wash your dog, you really are washing the skin rather than just the top of the hair. And that way you know that you've got the whole hair shaft all the way to the bottom. Give it a good rub. Inside the ears as well as the outside of the leather. That's it, lovely. So lots of shampoo all the way over and then rinse. Right, so Trixie's now been bathed and dematted on the poms, which was quite a lot of matting in there, which makes this a really nice haircut if you've got a matted lamb cut, to cut it down so you've got very little hair really to get the mats out rather than trying to get it out of the whole leg. And now what I'm going to do is just go over and re-clip it, because now it's been bathed and dried and the hair's been stretched. We've got little uneven bits in places. So again, it's the hottest day, really hot day today. I don't know what the temperature is. 32 degrees. So we've got a no hair dryers policy at the moment. So she's been dried just using the combi dryer. And as you can see, she's not overheated. So that's the way to go. So now I'm going to re-clip her with 7F again. And now I'm just looking now to just even up the clipping lines, take any little bits of hair off that's now sticking out. Exactly the same as what we did before, just stretch the coat. This 7F is quite a nice length for this haircut because it still gives them a little bit of covering and a really nice little ripple effect on the coat as well. So it still gives them some texture on the body. So. Right, so one of the things I'm going to do on the bottoms of the cuffs again, what I'm going to do is the same as I did on the bottoms of the other cuffs, come down to the bottom, and anything. Now you can do the poms rounder or a more oblong shape, whichever you prefer and whichever is going to look better on the dog. This one's not going to have round poms, she's going to have more of oblong pom really, because we don't really want to have them that long because she's just a pet dog and you can see that they're not really being maintained at all. So that already gives us a base at the bottom to work on. Already puts the bottom of the cuff in for us. Stay, Trixie. You're a naughty girl. Alright, so you see that already puts in the curvature at the bottom. What I'm going to do now is actually fluff the poms out and look at them from a little further away to see how much hair we've got to take off and what kind of shape we really want to make them in. So actually, if we stand back and look at it, we can see we don't really want to take lots and lots of hair off these poms. We really just want to shape them a little bit so that they're going to blend in with the tail and the head. And for these, I'm going to use the curved scissors as well. And this spray is just going to hold the hair up for me. Now you can see the bottom's already set in. And all the time when we're trimming the poms or a poodle, we're always trimming the outline. So we need to move around it so that we can see the outline to trim, and turn the scissors around, come around the other side. Clear that hair away there. You can see how little work there is really to put the pom in afterwards. If you've done got the line in at the top and the bottom first hand. That's one done. Now we'll do the front one. It's a very easy cut this to take from a lamb trim into a clown. First of all, we just need to go around the bottom, and I need to actually just reinforce this line at the back. So I'm actually going around the line that I clipped with the clippers. It's really important, really, if you're doing round poms like this. If you use curved scissors, it makes it a lot more simpler. And then as we walk around, you can see it's round, all the way round. And do it again on the other side. Do with the towel. Just comb it all the way to the end. Just a little bit. And then a bit of towel. And that gives a nice curve at the end of the towel. And then what you can do is comb all the hair downwards. And then just cut around still the line that we clipped her tail to. Do it all the way around. Now, a little spray on her tail. Not the fullest tail in the world. Again, her tail's not going to be, it's going to be more oblong than full and round. And that's just the nature of the hair that's there. So why we trim only a third of the tail is so that the rest of the tail comes to here, and it's the tail that's actually holding the pom. So when you have a pom on the poodle, you don't clip 2/3 of the tail and then try and put the pom here, because if you do, the top just flops down. So actually we need to have the pom all the way in the tail, and that's what holds it up and round. And again, go around, let the tail fall in its natural position, and go around the tail and take off any other little bits that's sticking out. That's the tail in as well. So what we're going to do with her head is that we're going to do a little short bit at the top of her ears. So we're doing a nice short pet trim. I'm going to follow that through to the top of her ear as well. We want her ears to hang down nicely down the side of her face. So now I've got the line more for my ears here. Do it nice and short around her eyes so that she can see, and it's well away from her eyes, and it's going to last at least 5 weeks before she next comes in. With this haircut I would expect it to last 5-6 weeks easily, and with the dog still being able to see where it's going. We can have a nice high pom coming up from her ears straight up into her head here. So we've got, it's a nice short pom on the top of her head. Sorry. Blend it into the clipping line at the back and behind the ears. You see she's nice and clear behind her ears there, so she's not going to get any mats behind her ears. Just follow that through all the way around the head so that whatever direction you look at the head, it all looks balanced and blended. You can keep going round reinforcing the shape in whatever way you look at, front or back, that it's even and balanced on both sides. Pretty girl, aren't you? Pretty girl. So. I'm going to leave ears on her because it makes it a bit more feminine trim as well, and a little bit more appealing looking. But these ears Need something doing with them because they're really long and tatty. So what I'm going to do is go around the ear and tidy the ears up a little bit. If you use the scissoring spray, it takes the static out of it, which is caused by the combing. Helps it to lay flat. Stay. Stay. And we do a nice rounder bottom so that it balances in with the rest of the dog. Same on the other side. It's quite an easy haircut you could do yourself really for your poodle as well. Really very nice that we can see her face now, see her eyes, see her expression, and she's all nice and tidy for the next 6 weeks. And cool as well. That's the most important thing right now. So this is a finished Miami trim, clown trim, kennel clip, whatever you want to call it, which is nice maintainable clip for owners of poodles that don't want to brush.